The call came through at 2:14 p.m. I was wiping down a rifle that hadn't seen fire in 6 years. Retirement makes a man nostalgic like that. My phone buzzed once, twice, and then my son's name flashed on the screen. He never called me at work. I picked up. His voice was quiet, almost foreign. "Dad." A pause followed, heavy, uneven, as if he was struggling to breathe around some invisible weight. "What happened?" I asked. "My boss, he hasn't paid me in 3 months." Another pause. When I demanded it, his security dragged me out, broke my legs, and left me in the alley. For a heartbeat, the room blurred not from rage, but from focus. My mind clicked into place, precise and lethal, like a firearm snapping into battery. I asked one word, "Address." He gave it. I said nothing more. I didn't need to. He understood what silence meant for men like me. I called 4 of my old comrades. They asked no questions either. Just, when? By sunset, we were parked outside a corporate building that promised wealth far beyond honesty. The boss stepped out, laughing into his phone, glancing at us as if we were an inconvenience. "Who the hell are you?" He noticed my expression, and then the smile faltered. "People think injustice fuels my anger. They're wrong. Betrayal does." Silent, calculated betrayal. My son had been loyal, diligent, and innocent in the way good men often are. He believed in contracts, handshakes, merit. He trusted that bosses protected those who built their empires. He believed lies. His employer, Marcus Hale, hid behind luxury and legalese, preaching family values at company events while diverting staff wages into offshore accounts. But the betrayal that cut deepest wasn't Marcus, it was my ex-wife. She knew about the missing paychecks. Knew my son was being exploited, working 12-hour shifts for experience rather than pay. She told him not to involve me, warning I was too aggressive, too military, unable to let go. She wanted peace, or at least the illusion of it, even if it meant letting his spirit fracture quietly. When I learned that, something inside me snapped with cold, metallic clarity. My son hadn't just lost money. He had lost trust. Betrayed by those who claimed to love him. And behind it all stood Marcus Hale, orchestrating it for profit. While my son recovered in the hospital, I wore the mask of the calm father. Soft voice, measured breaths, empty reassurances. But beneath that calm, something cold and silent unfurled. I didn't focus on the beating, it was simple, predictable. I investigated Marcus instead, corporate filings, payroll records, tax irregularities, HR complaints, sealed cases, even personal messages retrieved from a server he didn't know could be accessed remotely. The truth emerged slowly, piece by piece, until the full picture was sharp and undeniable. He wasn't just greedy, he was parasitic. He withheld paychecks to force employees into loans he offered privately, interest rates that would shame the devil. Silence was his weapon, contracts his chains. And he had one confidant, my ex-wife. Her texts were clinical, strategic. She wanted my son humbled, more responsible, less entitled. Every word pierced me like an ice-cold needle. I didn't confront her, not yet. Silence speaks louder than shouts. I waited. Watched. And when the final piece landed in my inbox, a financial audit showing Marcus had forged my son's signature, I knew the next step. I asked my ex-wife to meet me in the hospital courtyard. She arrived, rehearsed concern painted across her face. "How's he doing?" she asked. I handed her the audit. No words. No explanations. Just the truth. Her eyes darted left to right, faster, faster, then froze. Her breath caught. Mask cracking. "You think I knew about this?" she whispered. "I don't think," I said. I showed her the texts, her messages to Marcus, directing him, telling him my son would get over it, that I should be kept in the dark, that Thomas needed lessons in consequences. She staggered, hands shaking, voice breaking. I didn't add a word. I let silence speak, the kind colder than any sentence. She reached for my arm. I stepped back. That was the confrontation she would get. Marcus Hale believed himself untouchable: money, security, lawyers, connections. But powerful men fear one thing: exposure. The next day, at noon, his board held a quarterly meeting. Polished suits, catered lunch, self-congratulatory smiles. I walked in uninvited with 4 of my men. No weapons. We didn't need them. I placed a single folder on the table: financial fraud, wage theft, coercion, forged signatures across multiple employee accounts. Every board member stared as if I'd dropped a detonator. Then I pressed a button. The projector lit up, dozens of text exchanges between Marcus and my ex-wife, followed by his orders to security about my son. Marcus opened his mouth to deny it. I raised a hand, not a threat, just a gesture. He went silent. "You asked who I am," I said softly. "I'm the man who knows what you did, and made sure your board knows it too." 1 board member rose. 2 whispered. Another called legal counsel. Marcus' face drained of color. He wasn't fired. He wasn't escorted out. He was erased. Careers can't survive the truth. That night, I sat alone in my living room. No victory, no triumph, only clarity. My son slept peacefully for the first time in months. He didn't know the details, nor did he need to. He only knew it was over. My ex-wife texted 3 times. I didn't open a single message. Forgiveness isn't for those who gamble with my son's life. I leaned back, closed my eyes, letting quiet settle over me. People think revenge is war. It isn't. Revenge is balance, and balance had returned. My last thought before sleep hit with cold, final precision: some men build power on silence. I build mine on truth.